Hey guys, back to another YouTube video. Today it's going to be a little bit of a sales video. Now what that means is these are all knives and some other blades that I have built that I will be selling. If anybody's interested, happily hit me up in the comments and I'll sell them to you right then and there, or some of these are on our eBay page. So let's go ahead and show them off. First things first, I don't make swords very often, but every once in a while I do. The handle on this one I actually recycled from a previous blade that was no good. And the blade itself I made out of 1075. Definitely a good chopper and a nice small sword if somebody just wants something like this to hang on their wall, but it is functional if you were to put an edge on it, which there's somewhat of an edge on it. I didn't make it fully sharp unless a customer requests it. Beautiful. Next is a nice little battle axe I've made a while back. I used to make a ton of these, and I don't make them very often, so what you see is what you get. It's got a nice bamboo handle, and it's got a nice all-steel construction with a saw blade for the blade. Again, each one of these is for sale, so hit me up in the comments if you are interested. Next is this nice little sword slash machete that I built. Full tank constructions, got a nice little loop on the handle. Next is a nice little trench knife I designed. Now those who may remember, I gotten a couple of these in the mail a while back in a trade that I did. And what I did is I recycled an old Japanese blade that was just I had lying around, and I made a new tang, threaded the pommel, and made a nice badass looking trench knife. Again, this is for sale if you are interested. Next is a nice little hunting knife I designed. Again, a nice piece. I actually used a saw blade for the blade, so basically high carbon steel, nice walnut for the handles, and nice steel nails for the pins, and an aluminum guard. And this one's basically all the same material, just a little bit of a different design. Next is some of these I've been producing, some of these little boot knives I've been producing. Next is this one has a file for the blade, so basically carbon steel, a nice silver plated handle, and a nice aluminum guard. Make it look a little fancy. Next, this one again is all the same material, silver plated handle, a nice high carbon steel blade from an old butcher's knife, and a nice piece of stainless steel for the guard. And again, basically the same material, silver plated, nice aluminum guard, and a nice file for the blade. Next is one of my favorites, a large Bowie knife that I produced. 3 different pieces of stag, 1 nice steel pin connecting the whole thing together, nice piece of brass, nice piece of leather, and a nice piece of aluminum for the guard. And a nice piece of bar stock 1075 for the blade. And another Bowie knife I produced, I showed in a previous video. This is about as traditional as it gets as far as if you want a traditional Bowie knife. A nice piece of aluminum for the pommel that I recycled from an old drawer handle that already had a nice design to it. Nice 2 pieces of leather, a nice piece of cherry wood, a nice piece of aluminum, another piece of aluminum for the guard, and another piece of carbon steel for the blade. Again, each one of these is for sale if you are interested. Next is one of these I modeled after trench knives. Nice plastic for the handle, brass washers in between, a nice brass nut for the pommel, nice piece of aluminum for the guard, a nice piece of high carbon steel for the blade, which was a file. Next is another one I based off a similar design. Nice high carbon steel for the blade, leather and red and blue plastic for the handle, and a nice brass washer for the pommel. Aluminum for the guard. And next, a nice little Bowie knife. Again, another little classic design. Nice walnut handle. Nice piece of aluminum for the guard. Nice piece of high carbon steel for the blade. And last but not least, I know some of my military buddies would like this one. A nice little kukri I produced. Again, bar stock high carbon steel with a nice full tank construction with pins holding the handle and of course epoxy. Very nice weight. Isn't really that heavy. Make a heck of a good chopper. Again, all these are for sale if you are interested. Alrighty, that's all the ones I've got to show. If you're interested in any of these, hit me up down in the comments, or I'm going to be putting my phone number in the description of this video. So if you want to buy one of these person to person, I'll happily sell them to you, plus whatever the shipping fee is. Now, I must say, I do not ship outside of the U.S. because it's too much in shipping fees. I ship in the U.S. only, nothing else. So, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and as always, stay sharp.